Uh, can you say again?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम, जय श्री प्रभु।
धन्यवाद प्रणाम प्रभु जी, माता जी, हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम।
नवे माता जी,
प्रभु जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
So, Himanshu Prabhu, Richa Mataji, you moved to new home, everything settled?
Prabhu ji,
Settling down.
Yeah, I was waiting for both of you, but then I knew that you are moving, so I was like, okay, we'll wait till it happens naturally.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद, प्रणाम।
Deepika Mataji, Hare Krishna. Okay, let's start with Kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo 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 Gopi Janavallabha Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Gopi Janavallabha Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Yashodanandana Jayo Braja Janaranjana Jayo Braja Janaranjana Jayo Yashodanandana Jayo Braja Janaranjana Jayo Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Gopi Janavallabha Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Gopi Janavallabha Jayo Girivaradhari Jayo Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Jayo Radha Madhava Jayo Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada की जय, गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकः चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदानि। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवंश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपीश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। ददाति प्रतिगृह्णाति गुह्यम् आख्याति पृच्छति भुक्ते भोजयते चैव सद्विधं प्रीतिलक्षणम्. So we are moving to the fourth verse. First verse describe how one should try to tolerate the demands of um, the mind, anger, um, tongue, and genitals, um, mouth or the speech, tongue, and belly. So these are the six. Demand of belly, demand of tongue, demand of speech, anger, mind, and genitals. And it says that one who is able to tolerate the demand of these six urges, he can become a spiritual master and can accept disciple all over the world. And among them, we know that among all the sense which is most difficult to tolerate is the tongue. And Prabhupada says tongue has two functions. One is to eat and one is to speak. And when we eat only Krishna Prasad, and when we glorify the Lord Nam through the holy name, then the tongue can be controlled. And Prabhupada says when one's tongue is controlled, then the belly will be controlled. Because if tongue is uncontrolled, then we overeat and belly will become uncontrolled. And then genitals will also become agitated when the belly is full. So that's why there is a lot of emphasis on um, some sort of austerities, which is like Ekadashis, festivals, appearance, disappearance day of great Vaishnavacharyas in many ways. And then the second verse speaks about things that are not favorable to bhakti. Um, Atyahara, over endeavoring, over accumulation, overeating, atyahara, over engaging of any senses which is not required, prayasas, over endeavoring for material things, over endeavoring, working very, very hard for material success. And naturally, that person will become deviated from his sole purpose of human life, which is to um, realize the Supreme Lord and to develop loving relationship with Him. So prayasas, not good. Atyahara, not good. Over endeavoring, prayasa. Um, prajalpa, not good. Um, speaking, criticisms, fault findings, mundane interest in televisions, movies, serials, politics, news, and various other things, or talking things not related to Krishna. Related to Krishna includes Krishna service. Most of the time, I have seen devotees talk about service, most of the time. And during discussions, they talk about Krishna, or during intimate friendship, they talk about Krishna, usually, what I have noticed. Like either there is a class discussion, so this Krishna Katha is there, or two devotees, either two Prabhujis, two Matajis, when they are very, very close and they are both very sincere, then they come and talk about Krishna according to their adhikar. So, or service based with devotees in general. But this is all Krishna centered. Anything other than that, uh, not very good. Then bad association. Bad association will bring bad desires. Um, and that's how the desires are actually generated from association. Um, and if one develops the desire, then especially material desires, it will cause a lot of anxiety. Um, one will work very hard to attain those desires, and when those desires are not accomplished, one would lament very much. These are all material emotions. Like there is strong material desires within us, and um, good association will pacify the material desires and will increase our spiritual desires. Yes, I want Krishna, I want to go forward. But bad association will trigger material desires. Like for example, recently, um, somebody was I cannot give this example because many of you know that person. Some of you at least know that person, so I cannot say that. Well, let me take another example. So there is one person. He got a job somewhere else, and his salary is like um, maybe around 280K. It's I mean, I think common salary, maybe nowadays, I don't know. So salary is 280K. So this another he was sharing this with another person, that I got this salary, and um, I got this hike, and I'm going and I'm moving to this location. And this other person was in lamentation, and he was like, my salary is only this much, and oh, this person is so fortunate, he got such nice job, and I am in this. So this is called material association. um, array, um, at the time of death, this job will be lost, the body will be lost, the relationship will be lost, and based on one's karma, the soul will enter into another species of life, which if one is not practicing Krishna consciousness, almost certain it will not be a human life. Almost certain it will not be a human life. But one becomes very much illusioned by temporary arrangements. And because one carries many material desires in the core of one's heart, one is always miserable in this material world. There is, the other day we were discussing, very good example of King Rahugana. King Rahugana was the king of entire province, I mean a big region. So he was going on a palanquin. This is like olden time. So they would not go on flights, or they would not go on, a bunch of cars. So the kings would be carried in palanquin. In Bhagavatam, 5th canto, this story comes. And there were 4 palanquin riders. One palanquin rider got hurt, so he cannot ride the palanquin. So you need at least 4 persons. So they put the king down and they were looking, and then they saw in one corner one kind of illiterate man. He was sitting there, and he told him, "Hey, come here. The king is going to this particular location. Can you help carry? You will be greatly benefited. Your good fortune will open to serve the king." So he was kind of okay. So he started carrying. And but this person who was the fourth person whom they found on the street, he was a self-realized soul. So he was carrying, and when he was walking by, he saw some ants on the ground. So he immediately tried to avoid the ants. He immediately stopped, or he jumped forward. So in that way, the king sometimes go back and forth and sideways, and hit his head with the palanquin structure. And sometimes he would be like tilted and walking. So it caused the king a lot of inconvenience. So the king immediately um, looked with angry face from his palanquin, and he told this fourth rider whom they just found. He told him, "You are such a rascal." He used very foul languages. They are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam as it is. Prabhupada translates. He called him a rascal, and he said, "Don't you know that I am the king and you are my servant, and you are meant to serve me? And how dare you give me so much inconvenience while walking? Um, if it happens once again, then you will have to end your life." So in that way, he spoke very harshly to this fourth person, but the fourth person was a self-realized soul. So this person told the king that, "Sir, um, you don't know what you were in previous life, and you have this particular role and position in this life. And next life, it may all be taken away from you. Why are you so proud and so puffed up of your temporary circumstances, which can change at any point of time? Because of your good karma, you have acquired this position, and it can be taken away from you at any point of time. It is not yours." So the king, he actually, something hit him, kind of, and the king came down from the palanquin, and he told that, "Who are you?" And he immediately bowed down, and he told him that, "You must be a great personality. Otherwise, how can such words of wisdom come from your mouth?" Um, and then he told him that, "Please, I'm a materialist," the king said. "Please enlighten me in the knowledge of in transcendental knowledge." So this story comes to Srimad Bhagavatam. So who knows? Um, but the thing is, there are material desires, and these material desires are generated by bad association. When we associate with devotees, then we feel like, yeah, this is not very important. The most important thing is to make advancement. What am I doing in my life? I should become serious about my Krishna consciousness. This is positive association. And negative association is, oh, I need more salary. um, I need more enjoyment through this senses and that sense, and that person is enjoying so much, I'm not enjoying. I should also enjoy. I also want to be the enjoyer. So in that way, bad association. That's why Rupa Goswami says, give up atyahara, over accumulation, prayasa, over endeavor for material gains, prajalpa, mundane talks, gramya katha, then give up um, bad association, and then give up greed for material attachments, for material things. Greed means I'm not satisfied with my current situation. How much do you need to eat 2 chapatis? How much do you need to eat 2 chapatis? And to be very honest with you, chapatis are not even gained by our endeavor. It comes from our good karma. Whatever karma we have, we will be maintained. Um, for that, we don't need to work very hard. Like Prabhupada used to say, uh, elephant, he eats 50 pounds every day. We never see elephant going hungry. And then Prabhupada would say that Krishna provides 50 pounds to elephant. So don't you think Krishna will provide for his devotees? Krishna will provide. There is no scarcity. But it's just a matter of greed. Greed means never satisfied. So this is not conducive. Rather, one should be greedy for advancement Krishna consciousness. One should be greedy for quick advancement. Oh, I still have whatever lust in my heart. I still have um, envy in my heart. I still
Oh,
have.
I'm sorry. Can you use bathroom in between the story?
No, you're fine. That's all right. Thank you. So one should be greedy to make advancement, but this bad association, and from our previous karma, we have so many material desires, and then we are running behind material things, and we are under false illusion that material things will make us happy, but they can never make us happy. Krishna says this material world is designed to give misery. Dukhalyam ashashvatam. And no matter what we do, we cannot be happy in this world. If you want, you can try, but we can never be happy in this world. Something or other, I mean, everything in this world is temporary. Jesus Christ said, don't try to make your try. What did he say? Try to gain kingdom of God. Uh, Something like that. Anyway, so one thing is from our previous material desires, same mind intelligence is carried over. So we carry those material desires, and then bad association further inflates that material desires. And in this material world is called a rat race. Rat race means everyone is trying to squeeze some happiness from this material world. Everyone is trying to squeeze some happiness. The desires are unlimited, the object of sense gratification are limited, and people are fighting for something for me more, something more for me, something more for me. So that's why bad association is dangerous. Um, Nectar of devotion, we will discuss little more detail about bad association. So one should give up uh, over accumulation, prayasa over endeavor for fulfilling material desires. Um, uh, and then what else? What else do we discuss? Uh, Atyahara, Prasascha, uh, Prajalpa, Niyamagraha. Niyamagra is not willing to follow the rules and regulations which will help us advance, uh, basically. And greedy for laulya, greedy for material objects. And then we saw 6 things which are conducive for our Krishna consciousness. And they are Utsaha, Nishchaya, Dhairya, Tattat Karma, Pravartana, Sangatyaga, Satavritti, Sadbir Bhakti, Pranashyati. So there is enthusiasm to make progress in our Krishna consciousness. Yes, this is the most important thing for enthusiasm. Utsaha, Nishchaya, confidence. If I go in this path, Krishna will take care of me. Krishna will protect me. Krishna will help me in my services. Confidence. Utsaha, uh, uh, Nishchaya, Dhairya, patience. Okay, uh, today I may have so many anarthas, but if I just keep practicing, today I may not access Krishna the way I want to access. But if I just patiently, with enthusiasm and confidence, keep serving the Lord, one day I will be able to access that I cannot access today. In the past, what I was not able to access, I may have access to it today. So what I don't have access today, I may have access to it tomorrow. Krishna consciousness is gradually, we will keep going deeper and deeper. It's natural. As long as with enthusiasm, confidence, patience, we keep walking, definitely success is guaranteed. So, Utsaha Nichaya Dharya Tattva Karma Pravartanat. Uh, then, uh, following the rules and regulations of bhakti, uh, then having good association, and following the previous acharyas, how they live their life. Um, and these six things will help us grow in our Krishna consciousness. And now comes the verse of today, which is very, very important. And this describes how one should develop loving relationship with devotees. Loving relationship with devotees is very, very crucial. Very, very crucial. If you want to make advancement in your Krishna consciousness, get the blessings of devotees. Get the blessings. Many times now, um, our if you actually devotees are pleased with us, uh, you will get lot of mercy. You'll be able to go deeper in your Krishna consciousness. And if devotees are displeased with us, then uh, we will have obstacles in our spiritual progress. Um, so, if devotees are displeased with us, we should try to improve our relationship with them. And if we have neutral relationship, or if we have no devotee sangha, then we should try to develop relationship with them. We need association, especially when, I think it's very relevant to all of us, because most of us in the call are not local, although at some point of time we were together, but at this point of time we are not local. So it becomes very crucial that we develop relationship with devotees wherever we are, and have loving exchanges, because when we are surrounded by devotees, we will have service, we will have kirtans, we will have katha, we'll have prasadam together, and we will discuss about Krishna. And then um, in that association, then any sannyasi comes, any visiting speaker comes, one becomes more and more busy in Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is very, very difficult when practiced alone. It should be practiced in association of devotees. But then if we don't have, we may have association, but then if we cannot connect with anybody, then it's as good as having no association. There is some aspect of association, but what really helps us a deep association is basically a loving relationship with devotees. This is what actually we are hankering for. And also there is a demand for loving relationship, and if we don't have loving relationship with devotees, then we'll naturally try to find loving relationship with the outside world. So this particular verse describes how to develop loving relationship with devotees. It is not difficult. It requires certain effort from our side. And Rupa Goswami is giving us the key to make relationship with devotees. After hearing this verse, we should not say that I don't have that connection with devotees, because it's up to us to follow these principles, and trust me, it works. This works. So one is dadati. Dadati means offering gifts in charity, giving some gift to somebody. It's called dadati. And then there is pratigrinati. Pratigrinati means accepting charitable gifts. So one is you give something. Now, what should we give? We should give not what we like to give, but we should give what the other person will be happy to receive. Will be happy to receive. So, for example, there is one person here. So, there are two aspects. I will explain both the aspect. So this person, he wanted to, like, there was a lot of devotees. Kalakanta Prabhu came and there were devotees around. So one devotee was very inspired by that association, and he wanted to give some gift to everyone. So he brought a lot of flowers, and then he gave like five flowers to all the devotees. And all the devotees took all the flowers and they gave it to me, and they said, "Oh, you can use it in the temple services." So I was thinking, I mean, it's one thing, one way to look at it is, this person is offering me something with love. I should be grateful. Which devotees, as devotees, anybody gives us anything, we should be grateful, because we should see the intention with which it is given to us. So in that way, anybody gives anything, we should be grateful. But when we are giving something to somebody, we should try to make sure that we give them something that they use, we give them something that they become happy with. So the charitable gift offer should be something that they like it, then it is more valuable rather than what I hold. Like, for example, it is said, uh, in Nectar of Devotion, that devotional service, one aspect of devotional service is offering to Krishna what Krishna likes. Then it becomes devotional service. For example, now Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that whatever you offer, whatever you give away, whatever you do, do it as an offering to me. So in that way, we spiritualize every activity. But then one aspect is, you offer to Krishna what Krishna likes, and then Krishna is pleased. And one example given is, you offer a tulsi to Krishna. Now, for us, those who don't know the importance of tulsi, for us, tulsi may be a leaf. What do I do with this leaf? But then you offer a leaf to Krishna as a matter of ritual. Okay, all right, Krishna, here is a leaf for you. But Krishna is extremely pleased. Why? Because Krishna loves tulsi. Tulsi is very, very dear to Krishna. So basically, we are offering an article to Krishna which may not be very valuable to us. Maybe because of our lack of understanding of Tulsi, it may not be very valuable to us, but if we offer to Krishna, it is very, very valuable. For example, so the idea is, you give gift that other person appreciates. For example, you give somebody a flower. For I'm giving various example. Suppose I don't like flowers, but I give somebody a flower and they love flower. So then it becomes a very nice service. But suppose I love flowers, but I give flowers to somebody who don't like flowers, then it's not a service. In a way, I mean, depends upon their consciousness. If they're devotionally advanced, they'll be grateful anyways. But best is, from our side, when we give something that they value the most. So there is another devotee. What he did is, he gave a piece of sandalwood to everybody. A piece of sandalwood. So you know, they went to their places and they donated to the temple, because what do we do with the sandalwood? Sandalwood is used to, but if you donate sandalwood to a pujari who is attached to serving Krishna, for him it's a great gift. Oh Prabhu, thank you. Every day I offer sandalwood to Lord Krishna's lotus feet, and now you have given me this, and I will use this in the service of Krishna. That's very nice. So it will change based on time, place, circumstances, but offer gift that they value. And then Pratiginati means accepting charitable gift. Anything anybody gives, it's okay to accept. Um, um, so then there is Guyam Akhyati Prichati. So Guyam means confidentially. Akhyati means Akhyati and Prichati. Akhyati, here it says revealing one's mind in confidence, and Prichati means inquiring confidentially. So these two things, they are very conducive to develop relationship. Think about a devotee. If you don't have good relationship with them, um, naturally you want to repair the relationship, because it will impact our spiritual life. So um, reveal one's mind in confidence. For example, you tell to some Prabhuji Mataji that um, uh, say, I am having difficulty in my chant. How can I improve? Or this is like revealing one's mind in confidence. Or this person said this to me and I was hurt. How do I remove any ill feeling towards that person? Or I behaved in a improper way. or I performed an improper act, how do I rectify myself? How do I make sure this doesn't happen again? So this is called akhyati. Akhyati means you reveal your mind in confidence. You don't ask in public because it's not a topic to be discussed in public, but you are sharing your mind in confidence. That's that's that builds relationship. And actually, you share generally with those whom you have faith, because um, you don't want the things to go public, so you share with those whom you have faith, and then you reveal, I am guilty of this. Like, I know one devotee. He I mean, this is very, very crucial aspect of loving relationship, is there is a confidential talk. There is revealing one's mind. So what this devotee did is he did something which was not correct, um, and then he lost his job because it was some ethical issue. So he lost his job, and then he would come to me again and again, and he had a lot of guilt and lamentation. Why did I do this? I'm practicing Krishna consciousness. I chant 16 rounds. I should not have never done such a thing. It was unethical, and now I lost my job. And he lost his job for some time. Now, naturally, he's well settled. He has a job, maybe a better job now. But this is at some point of time in the past. But then the idea is, when he was um, kind of in some kind of anxiety, he revealed his mind. And because he revealed his mind and we spoke, we both felt a deeper connection between each other, because there was a revelation of mind in confidence. Um, so there is one lady who stays in the temple. So I asked her, so is everything all right with you? Um, I saw some anxiety, and is there something I can help you with? And then she said, she's young girl, and she was, she is from somewhere outside US, Middle East countries. So she started sharing that, I'm liking this Krishna consciousness, and I'm coming from a culture which is very background, and I feel like this is very nice way to go, but there is family pressure, and I don't know how to handle. I don't want to go back to my old culture, and this Krishna conscious culture is very good. So I'm deciding, I'm trying to see how do I move forward in my life, what my life looks like. I have to make certain decisions in life. So this is giving me a lot of anxiety. So this is very good. So this is all principles of akhyati. Akhyati means basically reveal your mind in confidence. Any anxiety, like, if you see, like in husband wife, there is lot of akhyati, confidential revelation. Like, husband may say to his wife that, today at job, this, these things happened, and I'm very much stressed. Akhyati builds relationship. Or wife may say, I'm going through this health issue, or kids are behaving like this nowadays, I'm changing. This happened to our son in the school. So these things you will not share, any of the things between husband and wife, you will not share with the common public. But the thing is, these things builds a very close relationship. So likewise, if you want to build relationship with some devotees, do some akhyati, reveal your mind in confidence. And then prichati, akhyati, prichati, they both go hand in hand. Prichati means you are looking for some solution, you are inquiring confidentially. Prichati can be personal, prichati can be Krishna conscious based. Like, for example, prichati or inquiring confidential is, I saw, I'm seeing the form of the Lord during my chanting. Is that all right? um, um, or is it okay to meditate on the pastimes of the Lord? Is it Is it okay to read this book? Is it okay to hear from this devotee? Is it um, inquire? So this is inquiry about Krishna consciousness. So it can be as simple as, how do I understand that there is transmigration of the soul? How do I understand that I'm initiated devotee and still this is my karma? When Guru takes all the karma, then why I'm going through this problem? How do I understand that because of envy, we came from spiritual world to material world? And how do we understand that once I go back to spiritual world, I will not fall down again? How do I understand material world is only a reflection? How do I understand this material world is a place of suffering when I feel like I'm happy in this world? How do I understand? How do I understand? How do I understand? This is spirituality. So these two things will um, build very close relationship. So just giving gift is a beginning stage. Receiving gift, like like I know one family, they bought a new home. So another devotee family, they came and they gave a big picture of Radha Krishna and the Ashtasakhis. And this family who received this gift, it's been many years since they bought the home. They still remember this picture was given by them. This picture was given by them. This picture was given by them. See, builds relationship. You give something that the other person values, builds relationship, builds relationship, builds relationship. um, there is this concept of dowry in India. So say the husband is married and wife's father say gives a car, then husband always remembers, father-in-law give this car to me, father-in-law give this car to me, father-in-law give this car to me. Builds relationships. So there is a feeling of gratitude. Oh, whenever you see father-in-law, he gave this car to me. So when you give gift, builds relationship. Receive gift, builds relationship. Reveal your mind. Anxiety or decision you're not able to make. What is, I mean, some kind of revelation or some kind of inquiry. Akhyati Prichati. We discussed many examples. And Guhyam means secretively. Secretively. For example, Prabhuji, I have something to discuss with you. Can we talk? Yes. Um, uh, I'm feeling a lot of envy in my heart. Um, how can I come out of it? Um, these days I am very much agitated. Um, what is the cause? Uh, how do I deal with this situation? This is Akyati, very important. Akyati Prichati. Then Bhungte. Bhungte means accept prasad. Bhungte. Like accept prasad means somebody comes and they offer you something. Of course, some devotees come and say, Prabhuji, or Bhojayate. Bhojayate means offer prasad. Shed Vidham Priti Lakshana. These are the 6 symptoms of love. Priti means love, shared by one devotee and another. This is the way you build relationship. Like for example, for us now, we try to do all these 6 loving exchanges with devotees, and devotees also try to do 6 loving exchanges with us, and that's how there is a um, uh, relationship is built. Like bhungte is like somebody invites say you, Prabhuji Mataji, please come for prasad to my home, and you go and eat prasad, builds relationship. Or you tell some Prabhuji Mataji, please come over for dinner in our home, builds relationship. This is very, very helpful for preaching these 6 activities, and they are very, very helpful for maintaining loving exchanges between um, between uh, devotees. Okay, let's see. Are there any question at this point of time on this verse so far?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I had one like small clarification. It's about these 6 loving exchanges. So how do we follow these when we are like staying in distance with like we are not staying at one place, the devotees, like we are not staying at one place, but sometimes I understand like now it's easy. Now we have mails and everything, so that makes easy, but that and do can we still build that kind of relationship with the distant devotees, the same relationship as we build with the devotees around us?
Yes. Actually, physical presence is actually not a barrier. Um, these exchanges, for example, um, when we say hear Krishna Katha together, or hear Krishna Katha from each other, or share something about Krishna Katha, or revealing one's mind with them. For example, I moved here and uh, I am having this concern at this place, something that I didn't have. Or now this is Akyati. Or Prichati can be um, you inquire something like how to develop maybe say mm, more service attitude. I know you have a lot of service attitude, Mataji. I'm just giving an example. How to develop service attitude like you have. This is Prichati. Or actually, we got some Mahaprasadam from our St. Louis temple, and I am sending it over to you. Wow, that's something magnificent for them. They know that, oh, this devotee remembered me. There is some Mahaprasad from our local temple, and I am sending it over to you. This is giving gifts. Um, or it can be like the one I shared in the example is somebody bought a home and you ship a Krishna picture from Amazon. Here is something you got a new home, so I thought this may be useful for some decoration, having Lord Krishna somewhere in the hall wherever you feel comfortable. Now it these are these are very crucial in building loving relationship. You will see um, way way difference in their attitude towards you if you try to do these things. um, and Bhungte Bhojayate is basically Mahaprasad. Bhukte Bhojayate is basically prasad, but Dadati Pratiginati can be any gifts, but they all lie in the same category. If you take like gift as prasad, then that falls in the same category. Does it answer, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, that answer. Prabhuji, I just have one more thing.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. No, like His Holiness Romapad Swami Maharaj, he always says, like in most of the classes, you should always have a devotee friend, with whom you can share. And like I know because it's not easy for a non-devotee to answer the devotional questions. So I just have one thing like can we like sometimes I'm just talking about myself, like sometimes is it like not appropriate to get some like personal what we can say like someone we need some advice and anything. So is it okay, or is it like are we mixing up something?
Okay, so I want to understand your question more. Um, I understood we need a friend, Ramapal Maharaj says, and this is very, very crucial to have somebody within devotee circle than outside devotee circle. Very, very important to have that. And now, rest of the question, can you say something personal? You said I could not understand.
Ruji, like I'm just like in general, it's just a thought came in my mind. Say suppose we have a devotee friend um, who recently just became, like you can say, they took they became brahmachari recently. Like we were devotee friends, but he or she got initiated and they became, but they are brahmacharis. So is it okay if we ask some personal advice or something like that? So we still have the same level of friendship, and it hasn't changed. But depending on his or her, like we can say he's now he or she is a brahmachari. So is it okay if we still ask for some advice, like some grihastha advice from him?
Yeah, why not? It depends upon if the person who is in renounced order, like brahmachari, are they able to handle those questions? And if you just want to share, wonderful. If you feel comfortable sharing, if they feel comfortable hearing, if you have that bond and relationship, very nice. Being the order doesn't matter. It's about the heart connection. If you feel that heart connection, feel free to share with.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Roji.
Okay. Some more questions.
Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, Anand Haridas this side. Prabhuji, my inquiry is on the Akhyati principle, Prabhuji. Like, is it necessary, Prabhuji, that we have to imbibe all the 6 principles with connecting with the devotee? Like Prabhuji, in an effort to build a better relationship with the devotee, specifically pointing out to Akhyati principle, Prabhuji. If we, let's say, I share that how to improve chanting, let's say, and the this 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 inquiry is just to increase the relationship with the devotee, but then the answer which comes, let's say, it doesn't fit the principle that personally I have been following. So will it be an aparadh? Uh, uh, Actually wanted to establish a good relationship, but then it becomes so that inquiry was coming, Prabhuji. So is it like we need some mercy of Lord or some intelligence we have to apply while applying the Akhyati principle, or we can avoid this principle and we can take up the other principle like Bhunte, Bhojate, Tadati,
Yeah,
Pratignanati?
understood, Prabhuji. See, Prabhuji, it depends. It depends upon one's inspiration. For example, if there is a devotee whom you're inspired by, then asking questions how to improve chanting makes sense from them. Like maybe, say, a person on the level of your spiritual master, or a person who is kind of, you feel like, okay, this person has, um, from his behavior, I can see, or from his activities, I can see that it is very inspiring. So I want to take some inspiration. I want to inquire. It is very important from whom you are inquiring, you have faith in that person. If you don't have faith in a person, then you will not accept what they say full with your heart. You will have some caution. You will check your their answer with your understanding, and you will accept or reject based on your understanding. But if you have full faith on the person, like, this person, this this maybe, for example, say one of the very senior devotees, say Radhesham Prabhu, you ask him, okay, how to go deeper in sadhana, and he says something, you will take it very seriously. Why? Because you have faith in him. Or maybe a spiritual master, how to overcome envy, you will take it very seriously. How can we go deeper, everything this, you will take it very seriously because you have faith. But then you ask somebody who whom you don't have faith, then the inquiry, then we can avoid inquiring on subject matters which are about deeper Krishna consciousness, and when we will take their advice with a pinch of salt in it, then we can avoid them. Then your question seems like how to maintain a neutral relationship so that there is no kind of bitterness in the relationship. Then Dadati Pratigrinati is very good option. Bhungte Bhojayate is very good option. And Akhyati can be Akhyati Prichati, I mean, it also is based on inspiration, Prabhuji. So, and it's not necessary, Prabhuji, that we need to have these 6 loving exchanges with all the devotees. And it's not necessary we need to have love, like if there are say 200 devotees, then with all I need to have this loving exchange with everybody. So it may be neutral with most, and neutral with most means positive only. So neutral is good. If there is some kind of, and then if you feel some devotee among the whole congregation is somebody you're inspired by, then you apply all the 6 principles with those people. And if it is something that something wrong has happened, and you want to repair the relationship, um, then um, um, pray to Krishna to help repair the relationship. Try to glorify that devotee. Um, Try to see, or giving some gift. Those things are okay. But if like maybe it is easy to beg forgiveness, it's okay to beg forgiveness. Uh, or if there is a devotee, for example, you are not very inspired by, then it's okay to maintain distance. It's okay, but respect them, but respect from distance, and that's all. But these 6 principles specifically for those whom you feel I want to develop relationship with them, because you saw some qualities in them and you are inspired, and then dive deep into it. Like just now, like Deepika Mata said, you should have one friend, or you should have some devotees, some loving exchange with some devotees. Apply all the 6 principles there, and neutral at most of the places, and as much as possible, um, at least neutral, and receive blessings from. And neutral means, we will progress, we will keep progressing. And if there is neutral, just serve them. Like sometime you can, devotee, service to devotee is very nice. Suppose you are in temple, and then you maybe do some prasad distribution. So those things are okay. Did I answer, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji. I can connect the mood, Prabhuji. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. One quick question, Prabhuji. You gave an example of sandalwood, Prabhuji, where one devotee gives the sandalwood and then they offer to the temple for the service, correct? Because they can't do. So in this case, what we should accept the mood of that devotee who, accept that gift and then transfer that gift to the temple service. So is it kind of increasing the loving exchange relationship with devotee? Or this is kind of an example where because that devotee transferred that gift. So how should I see this, Prabhuji? I mean, I'm a little
Yeah.
confused.
Okay. So Prabhu, like the reason I'm saying is this devotee, he gave sandalwood to everybody, and those who he gave sandalwood, they don't know what to do with the sandalwood. I mean, they can smell it, but they smell it, they feel guilty of smelling because they know it's not offered to Krishna. So I don't want to smell it. And then I can rub it, but I don't have any deities and I don't use on daily basis. So what do I do? So I was sharing this with an example that give the gift that is relevant. So they are very pleased with us, because the purpose of giving gift is receiving blessings and developing relationship. So do something that is fruitful to them, then they will have their heartfelt blessings for us, and relationship will be stronger. But I was saying, it's not that sandalwood is not a gift, it's just to whom we are giving. If you give the sandalwood to a pujari in a temple who is having a burning desire that the sandalwood that I am using currently is not so nice, doesn't have any fragrance at all, and then you give him, Prabhu, why don't you use this fragrance, this fragrant sandalwood, and he'll be so happy, and you get so much blessings there. So whom we are giving, what item matters.
So this was kind of an irrelevant gift example you gave, correct, Prabhuji? That's a kind of,
To some extent, for
and
some people. Yeah, go
yes,
ahead.
yes, like for this particular use case, what you did.
Yes.
And how about the Prabhuji flower? The same example again that again fall under this category, Prabhuji? The flower example.
Yes. Yes. You give to somebody who loves flower, then you get their blessings. And naturally. Now, another thing, especially with devotees, you can give flower and you say this is for the Lord, and then they use flowers every day for their worship. They'll be very happy with you. But somebody doesn't have deities or they don't put much flowers, and you give this is for you, and they are practicing devotees and they don't want to smell it, they don't know what to do with the flowers, and they say thank you, and then the flower remains in one corner of the house for maybe 5 days, and then the flower becomes, and then they are tossed in the trash can.
So how Prabhuji offered flower like from the Lord?
Yeah, that's
So
excellent. Or give offer flower. This Radha Gopichana Vallabha or our deities in the temple, whoever they are, local temples. This flower is from the lotus feet, and as soon as received from Pujari, I thought I will give it to you. They will be on cloud 9. So that's excellent. So it just depends upon something that you think the other person value and that gift. Our purpose of giving gift is receiving their blessings.
thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Anything else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Shweta Mataji.
Prabhuji, like in a, for example, like in a day, the duties which I perform, or how much we can think that it is dictated by Krishna. It is like fully all the activities which I do on a day-to-day basis, or like in this belief, there is a possibility of cutting down some duties, saying that maybe if something is happening, it is happening because of Krishna. If it is not happening, okay, now that the time has not come, he has not granted for me it. But as far as the daily activities are concerned, or which I am supposed to do, but because of I'm held up with something else, I'm unable to do. Like how much is my part and how much is Krishna's part, and what should be the understanding with respect to this?
Can you give some example, Mataji?
Maybe if I'm planning to study something on a day, or I have to do something, it may be like a devotional activity or a regular household activity as well, or I'm expecting something to happen. In general, Prabhuji, I'm unable to
Yeah. Okay. Depends upon how strong is your desire, generally speaking. Like for example, I may say that I want to read. It's but what I'm saying I want to read is something that's coming from my intellect and not something coming from my heart. I want to read. Then this is like this is like training. I want to read, but at the same time there is some little voice that maybe I can avoid it, and that will be nice also. And then at the end of the day I was very much busy with many things, and later on I feel like I did not read. But the fact was the desire may not be very strong. Just I'll give you one example. Now how much is our hand, how much is Krishna's hand? It's Krishna doesn't interfere. Krishna will reciprocate based on our desire and based on our priorities, and accordingly Krishna sanction in most cases. Now most cases like daily activities, household activities, in at least in these circumstances. For example, I'm learning harmonium. Like I told somebody that maybe I want to learn harmonium systematically. So they taught me some alankar about some some complex alankars they taught me, and then they said you practice, and I'm like okay, I'll practice. But then when I touch harmonium, I have to practice. I'm like, and then I know, no, I'm asked to practice. But then I don't, I feel like, why do spend time here? But then I know that it will be helpful for me in long run because I really want to sing Vaishnava songs on harmonium. But practice, I'm not very eager to do to spend every day half an hour on this practice. So if I get some free time, then I prefer to read and I prefer to serve and I prefer to do maybe chant extra rounds. And when it comes to practice harmonium, then I know. But then at the end of the day, I feel like I should have practiced harmonia sometime in a day. So there is a desire based on intellect, but then it's not something that I really feel is really, really important for me. It's something like good to have. So, and then if I have a strong burning desire, like somebody has strong burning desire, they will leave other things and they will spend more time here. So it all depends upon our how core is our desire, and Krishna sanctions accordingly.
So only the like situation will like Krishna will make all the arrangements to grant the desire, but it is our duty to work on it, or it is the strength of desire, the desire
Our
which we
desire,
have.
yes.
Okay.
For example, somebody says, I'm not having much time to hear Krishna Katha every day because I'm too busy. But actually, this is cheating oneself. But actually, they should actually say that somehow I'm not really inspired. Somehow I don't see the value in hearing. I feel like if I'm doing maybe serving more, I feel like this is more important than hearing. Then there is a fundamental deficiency, something like that, and then we don't see value in it. But then we heard a lot, intellectually we are convinced, but we don't do it because so it's not Krishna's will. It's the desire or the conviction is not really strong. It's only at an intellectual level, and it has not turned into an inspiration. It is more like, yeah, I must do it. This is something I must do it. So according to our desire we practice. It applies to all Krishna conscious activities: reading, hearing, chanting. It's all like one devotee said, Prabhuji, I don't have time for hearing. I don't have time for reading Bhagavatam. I'm too busy. And I told him, no, Prabhu, it's not that you don't have time for hearing. It's like it's not that you are not time for reading. It's just that reading is not your priority. And then he said, no, I really want to read. And I said, well, you really want to read, but then there is something hidden within you. This statement, I really want to read, is coming from intellect. There is something hidden you that says something else is more important. Some other priorities are more important. So it's not about Krishna not allowing us. It's about I am not yet convinced fully. Does it answer, Mataji? Is that all right?
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Okay. So anything else? Or are we good to end here? So we'll end here then. My obeisances to all the assembled Vaishnavas. Vanchakalpatarubhesha kripa sindhu evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnavendra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dandavat pranam. Prabhuji's Mataji's Hare Krishna.
Danvat pranam,
Hey,
Prabhuji. Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.